Welcome back to A Minute with Chelsea. I woke up because someone stepped on my trachea. Her name is Charlotte, and that's how she wakes me up in the morning. She steps on my throat until I can't breathe. Isn't she lovely? That's my child. I have raised her since the day she was born under my couch, and she is now 15, so I've had her whole life, so we've known each other for a long time. After I got some coffee at 7 Brew, I came back home and made myself some breakfast. Since I made my meal prep the night before, it's fresh. Then I jumped on a Zoom meeting and I emptied the dishwasher while I did that because I'm gonna multitask if I'm on a Zoom for 2 hours. I'm sorry, not happening. I have a lot of things to do and I don't have a lot of time in the day, so I'm gonna multitask. So while I was in that Zoom, I also decided to fix my sourdough bread and make some dough, mostly because I make my own dough every week and I make my own sandwich bread every week so I can eat it for breakfast, but this dough takes about 24 hours to finish. Then I had a delivery of Charlotte's medicine, then I had a delivery of this Flex cup. TikTok, you influenced me, especially after finding out what all is in our tampons. I mean, believe I'm gonna use the rest of my tampons because those bitches are expensive. I've never been able to get a menstrual cup to work before. It just doesn't fit very well inside me because they're very long and I have a very shallow cervix. I'm sure you wanted to know that. But I will keep you posted on whether or not this disc works better. It's supposed to be the most comfortable and it's supposed to be self-emptying. I'm nervous to wear it to Pilates, so I'll probably wear it with like period underwear at the same time. But I'm not trying this out till I get home from Yellowstone, mostly because I just got off my period and I have no reason to. Anyway, thanks for coming to the talk about my uterus, and now we're gonna talk about Pilates instead. It's a very ab-heavy day. I've never done that move. Not that one, I've done that. That's called bear. It's worse than a plank. You have to put your knees bent, but not on the ground. This was a very difficult class, and it's a very simple class. Like, these are very basic, like calisthenic moves, but I am dying here. But I would like to say I can see that my body is changing a little bit more. My body composition has changed. I'm getting more lean muscle. I can see it in my body when I work out. But you know, that's literally why I film myself, because when I look in the mirror, all I see is loose skin and fat, and I hate my body all the time, even though I know I preach the opposite. Half the reason I post what I post is because I'm trying to believe it myself. But when I film myself and I watch it back a week later, I suddenly see it. If I'm doing it in the moment, no, not at all. But if I look back on it, I'm like, oh, that looks different. After class, I talked to Brittany, who's one of my besties at work. Leah and Brittany are my two besties. And we were just hanging out after class, and then I cleaned everything, and we talked about my next class that I was gonna teach. Then I placed an order at Rock and Roll Sushi, but I accidentally placed it to the one in Little Rock, and I was so mad it was an accident. So I drove over to that side of town, which is not on the way home. But while I was over there, I was like, I'm gonna go to Trader Joe's. So I'm already on this side of town, I might as well stop in. Those cashews are delicious. I love them. And I got my favorite green juice, and I got some little snacks, and I got some bananas, and I got my favorite sugar scrub. Then I stopped for gas, then I got my sushi, then I drove home because now I have to drive back home with sushi in my car. When I got home, I had a delivery. I get all my skincare from Clinique. It is the only skincare that works with my skin. I've tried everything. I've done so many different things, and Clinique is the only thing that doesn't piss my face off. It also works for my mother, so I'm guessing maybe that's why, like it's genetic, I don't know. And I had a delivery from Ulta. I needed new eyebrow pencils, and I'm switching to a brown mascara. I think it will be better. Then I sat down to eat my sushi, and I watched some Daria. If you've never watched Daria, go watch it. It is a wonderful thing from my childhood that made me who I am today. Then it was time to bake my bread dough because it sat out all day, and it's such a hot day that it actually rose a lot faster, so it proofed really fast. While my bread was baking, I started laundry, and then I did a couple tarot card readings for Cameo. My Cameo is open, but if you are seeing it today like you are, I am closing it while I'm in Yellowstone. I cannot do tarot card readings while I'm on this big trip with these people, so just know it will open up when I get home. Then I took a shower, but I didn't want to wash my hair, so I put on my ugly little hat. My bread was beautiful, and it's all done, and I went to sleep.